On Saturday afternoon, Armin sent M text messages each hour for 5 hours, and Tyrone sent P text messages each hour for 4 hours. Which of the following represents the total number of messages sent by Armin and Tyrone on Saturday afternoon? A lot of times when there's problems with just, a lot of text, I like to break it up into pieces because a lot of times when you read from beginning all the way to the end, it's easy to get confused. So let's just break this up into pieces and kind of just do the problem and take notes piece by piece. So I'm going to read the first sentence. On Saturday afternoon, Armin sent M text messages. So Armin sent M texts each hour for 5 hours. Per hour for 5 hours. So I'm going to anticipate here. So if Armin sent M texts per hour for 5 hours, let's say Armin sent one text per hour for 5 hours. He sent a total of 1 times 5 texts, 5 texts the whole time. If Armin sent, let's say M is 2 texts per hour for 5 hours, he sent a total of 10 texts. So if it's M texts per hour for 5 hours, he sent a total of 5 times M texts. So we stopped here. Now let's keep reading. And Tyrone sent P text messages. So P texts per hour for 4 hours. Again, I'm going to just do a little bit of anticipating here. I'm going to calculate, well, if Tyrone sent P texts per hour for 4 hours, he sent a total of 4 times P texts. Which of the following represents the total number of messages sent by Armin and Tyrone on Saturday afternoon? Well, if Armin sent a total of 5M and Tyrone sent a total of 4P, that would just be 5M plus 4P. So it would be answer choice C. I'm going to show you guys another way. So we talked about using the answer choices to answer the problem. In problem number 1, if you remember, we kind of used the answer choices. In this case, again, this problem is really easy, but just lock this into your memory bank for more difficult questions. There's another strategy called picking numbers and then plugging them into the answer choices. This is especially true a lot of times when there are variables in the answer choices. So let's try it here. So on Saturday afternoon, Armin sent M text messages. Well, let's just say M equals 2. So the variables in the answer choices, we want to pick numbers for. M equals 2, and let's say P equals 3. So Armin sent M text messages, 2 texts per hour for 5 hours. That's a total of 10 texts. And Tyrone sent P text messages, P texts, which is 3. We said P equals 3 texts per hour for 4 hours. So 3 times 4 is 12. The total number of texts is 10 plus 12, which is 22 texts. Now, we don't see 22 here, but we can plug 2 in for M and 3 in for P to find the right answer. Well, 9 times 2 times 3, well, 2 times 3 is 6, and 9 times 6 is 54. That's not 22. So that's wrong. 20 times 6 is, I believe, 120, which is way over 22. How about 5 times m? 10 plus 5 times 2, 10 plus 4 times 3, 12. That's 22. That's another way to do it. So this is just called picking numbers and then plugging them into the answer choices. Now, it doesn't have to be 2 and 3. It can be other numbers, but we pick numbers for the variables and then plug them in. So again, this is a relatively easy problem, so you could work with the variables, but just keep this in the back of your mind for more difficult questions. So we're done with this one. I'll see you problem number 4.